Hi everybody, it's Judy. Welcome back to Rose Lane. Tonight we've got a continuation of the April design team project for Gi Kerr and Happiness in Crafting, and I am using her mini embellishments kit number 1, and I will put the link to that in the video below. So anyway, what we did prior, a little bit of a kind of an opening thing. Before I did some of these paper clips and I did some of these snippets. So we're going to look at those tonight and how I put them together. Not a lot. We'll do maybe 1 or 2 snippets and 1 or 2 paper clips. And then another one of the projects that I had that I thought of doing with her little mini embellishments was to make some buttons. So that's what we're going to do today. Well, that's another thing we're going to show is buttons. I don't know how well you can see those, and I have diamond glaze on those. Some of them are just flat, some of them are this one I just did a little this one and this one I did a little Mod Podge on. Otherwise the rest are just sort of plain. So I'm just going to show you how I put those together real quick. And one of the things that we will do next week that I'm not going to do tonight with you, but I will probably do it, the video will be up next Wednesday, is little cluster tabs for the edges of your papers, the edges of your pages in your journal. So that's what we're going to do, make little cluster. I made this one, trying to make it lay flat. Little cluster tabs that you just fold over and glue down, and then when you flip your page you've got that little embellishment on the other side as well. So we'll work on those next week. Nothing really hard about those. I'll just show you what I did with that, and hopefully having another idea for next week, and that'll probably close out the April design team project for that. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to move the snippet roll out of the way. I'll just put it this side, and I'm going to move the buttons over. We're going to work with the paper clips right now, and what I wanted to show you when I made some a little bit bigger. Now I have this foam pad. It's from doing parchment craft, and somewhere I have my little guys over here, if I can grab them out of my little tool caddy. These are the little ball elements that you would use to distress the paper with. It's a different kind of concept, but people maybe in the UK, Russia, Australia, South Africa, it's pretty popular there. Not so popular yet again here. So, but anyway, what I do, what you can do, is you flip over, and I'm just showing you how you do this with the little things, and you just sort of run the ball in the edges. I'm hoping you can see this, of the back side of the flower. Took a little one to do that. Okay, then when you flip it over, you just press the larger ball in the middle, and that gives you, let me pick one up, the flat one. Well, you know what, give me paper because you can't see it on my hands. The flat one, and then the not flat one, if you can see that. And then you can just put a little I put a little bit of bling in it. You can put a little pearl in it, or whatever you might have that you want to put in the middle of that. Another thing you can do without curling the petals backwards is to just slightly curl them forwards, just slightly, and then take the big ball, put it in the middle, and now you've got, well, trying to do that on my hand again. Now you've got sort of a cup flower where this one, the petals are going backwards. So just slightly different things, and you can use these as tiny little embellishments. And all I have, those flowers were done with this punch. It says Hobby and You, that I happen to have gotten. And these I did with, this was a set. I used the larger one and the smaller one. I don't know whose they are, to tell you the truth. And then there is a medium one as well, which I didn't happen to use on this. I wanted a bigger one. I don't know if I'm going to use it here or not, but I just wanted the bigger one to demonstrate a little bit better. So if we flip it over, and this one I'm just going to sort of make a V, like following the little notched bits there, and then do the center. And then this one I'm just going to take the small one. I'm not going to try to do anything to it except just press in the middle. And where's my tiny little tweezers? So you can take that, and then that can go in there, and then you can put whatever excuse me, you want in the middle of that. Now I'm going to try to pick this one up, but I don't know how well it's going to look on the paper because it's pretty close to the same color, but you can see that as well. And these are things that you can use in your clusters or anywhere on the edges of your pockets or whatever. These happen to be done with just some scrapbook paper I had laying around because there was contrast. The ones that you can use anything. You can use any of Gi's background papers. You could use just plain copy paper, you know, the coffee dyed or tea dyed or whatever it is you want to make the flowers. I will show you somewhere. I did on something and I don't know what it was. I was playing around with ideas for doing embellishments. I still have glue on my hands because I've been working from before. I made a little tracing paper envelope. This is a little short tutorial on Gi's channel as well, Happiness and Crafting, how to make your own envelopes without having a envelope maker, which I have the big one and the small one, but I made this one by her standards, but you know, for her by her instructions. Somewhere I have other ones. I'm not sure where I tucked them. Oh, here they are. Again, I was just practicing with scrap paper. This is a little one. And we can just stick this little embellishment in here for the moment just so that you can see. So it's a tiny little envelope. And then, so this was made from a 2x2 paper, and then these were made from a 3x3. That's another 2x2 and a 3x3. So if we had a bigger card, it could go into these. So you can find that on Gi's channel. But another thing that you can do, which I did here, and I'm going to stand up maybe so that you can see it a little bit better. I don't know how much I've been on camera. I think I might have been off. This flower, let me point to it with this flower right here, is just a white lace flower. And I just took a little bit of the Victorian rose and some water, dipped the end of a pointy paintbrush into it, and just sort of wiped in the insides of the petals and gave it that pink. So you can change the colors or use multiple colors really even on some of these little lace flowers. So my idea for this one, it's kind of upside down. If you mounted it on something, it would then open this way and you could pull the card out. But when you put it back in, you put it in upside down and do it that way, and you can have this little tracing paper envelope using her mini embellishments in that as well. So that being said, that was just an idea. Let me put these things back over there, and we are going to get started. Let me move these things out of the way, and we'll get started on making paper clips. So what I said before was that my my book page was very old and very, very easy to tear, as you can see. So what I did with it was, I'm just going to cut some of this down if I can find what I put them away. Imagine that. Put my scissors away. I'm going to just cut off the edges because I want as much book page, you know, printing as I can get. There's probably more on the back of it, but that's okay. And I save this because you can stamp little words on here. So I'm going to put that into my little box for paper for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to see how wide, well, You know what? Let me work on this. I think you could see that maybe a little better. How wide of a piece of paper that you actually want. I'll leave that over there. I'm trying not to knock things over. So I want the printing to go this way, and I want it to leave a little top and bottom, which you can see. Come on, of the paper clip. You can't see here because I've got the ribbon on it, but a little top and bottom for the loop. So we're just going to mark it here. I'm going to get one of my tear rulers, and I'm going to tear it down. And if we do two, you saw how easy that tore. If we do two, we'll have plenty here to do two paper clips. So we'll just tear that one. And I'm not worried about the other edge because one of the edges gets tucked in. But I am going to distress these edges. I think I'm about to give this little fella a memorial service because he's about had it. I have to retire the poor little fella. I really do. So, actually, I should have tore this end. I can't even tear it. That shows you what it's like. It's so soft and so brittle, which is why I put it on a piece of copy paper. So I'm just going to try to, doesn't have to be perfect. I don't mean it to be perfect, but I didn't want it straight. So do that, just a little bit of distressing, because you'll distress it again once it's on. So I'm going to take a piece of copy paper, which I have here. Should be enough to glue these down. And my glue is somewhere. Here it is. I've got more stuff on my desk right now. Okay, so let's just put some glue on here. I think the last one I used the 3-in-1, but the art glitter glue is fine. There we go. It dries a little faster. I think I like that. So we'll leave that one up. And again, it doesn't have to have like every corner be down because you can always pop a little glue wherever you need it once you wrap it. So we'll do this. Take this one out. I'm going to just go here and tear along an edge like that. Whoops, stuck to my fingers. Give that a little more ink. Actually, I should have tore this when it was glued on the paper. Would have probably been easier anyway. Okay, and we'll tear this one up here. I mean, you can't even hear a paper sound. It's so soft, which is really neat, but all right, that part can get tucked under. So what we're going to do is what I did here. I left the shorter side out. So we're just going to wrap this over. I don't know how close I've been not working on the camera for you. We're just going to kind of wrap it over a little bit, about as wide as what the paper clip is. And we're going to slide, actually let's do it this way. And then slide the bigger part of the paper clip through the sleeve. Now that's kind of secure, but not secure enough for me. So I am going to just take my little tip of my glue and go down under the paper. It's kind of shadowy because of how my lighting is, so I'm apologizing for that. And that just secures it. Of course, got glue all over me now. Okay, and then we're going to take a little distress ink, and I'm going to kind of go out along the edges here. And we have the sleeve. That's this so far, okay? Then I'll grab a little bit. We're going to try to make these as close as possible to these, as close as possible. This is some cheesecloth that I had dyed, some of the kind that you get in the supermarket. So it's a very, very, very open weave. I'm just going to take a little bit over there. This one, I'm going to use the Oohoo glue because that seems to work pretty well for cheesecloth. And I really hope this is on. Yeah, you can kind of see me. For cheesecloth and seam binding. It works really well for that. Okay. Now, before I put anything else on it, I'm going to do, I've already made one here. I've made a dangle for this. We're going to go to this one though, and I'm going to show you how I put it together. Pretty much everybody probably knows this. You get these things and they're not always straight, these wires. So I just kind of run my fingers over them to try to make them as straight as possible. Okay, and I've got the ones with the little ball on the end. I don't know if you can see that. Sometimes they come with a little loop where you can add a, you know, another ring or another dangle of some kind, but I want it to end here. So that is the one that I got. So I'm going to put my, because I have, oh, I got the gold ones. Yeah, gold one on the bottom. First one, if I can get it through. So I got the gold one on the bottom there. Then, not sure why I have that one here. Then I am going to put the, whoops, I just dropped it. Do I want that one? Yeah, it's a little bit different. The little teardrop, crystal teardrop one that I have, and then I've got this sort of iridescent, kind of a dark, if I can find the hole, a dark iridescent dangle there. So that leaves me with about, just short of about a ½ inch. So what I do, and with me with my kind of weird wrists, I, let me bring this down so maybe you can see it a little bit better. You know, let me stand up and maybe you can see it a little bit better. Okay. Yeah. That's better, I think. I'm trying to stay out of the shadow, but that's not easy. I'm twisting my hand this way because for me it's easier. I go a little bit towards the top, just short of halfway, if I can hold on to it. And then you just twist it around and then bring it back in. I don't know how well you can see me do that, but, and then you just bring it back in, and then that makes that loop, if you can see that loop. Okay, so that's what you just did. You made that little dangle. Okay, and that looks a lot like this one now, a little bit different. So now I'm going to just grab my little jump rings. These jump rings happen to be very, very soft, so I can open them with my fingers. I need 2. You see I had done 2 of them, so it would hang a little bit straighter. So we'll put the second one on. And then I'm just going to put that through the little dangle that we just made. I have very big, thick fingers. I'm a chubby little person, and I was never delicate to begin with. My sister, bless her heart, is the one who got the delicate little hands. I, however, did not. So now I'm just going to take my other set of pliers, and I'm just going to twist this back on itself. It's a little too open, so I'll twist it a little bit more. I am not an expert at this. And that is the dangle on here. Okay, then all we have to do is decide. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I was supposed to put the thing on. Which one did I want to do? I think it was this one. I do believe. Let me open this back up. All these lovely mistakes. Getting ahead of myself here. Okay, let's open that. I'm going to do this one on the top. Now I'm going to do it on the bottom. I do it this way. Again, I don't think I may move the camera, you know, back a little bit towards me because I want to work closer to me. And then you can't see what I'm doing. I'm not sure why my camera is like being weird. So let me see. Yeah. Okay, I think that'll be better. All right, so now I need 2 more of these guys. Ooh, for a second I thought they were together. That would have been nice. So open that up, put that on the second one, put this through the hole in my little embellishment, my little tile that I made. Okay, and then make sure you put it on the right way. This thing goes on the bottom here. My other pliers, and we close it, and we have that part. Now all we have to do is put our little flower on. Let's see, I'm trying to pick it up, but it doesn't want to be picked up. Let's do the darker one this time. I'm going to just grab my little tools again, because I did not, I'll just, you know what, yeah, I will. Just a little, I'm going to make just a little center thing right there. That's all I'm going to do. Put that back. Glue this one on. Oh, here I am working close to me again. Put that on there. And I have bling. What kind of bling? The other ones I put gold in. I think this one, I think I'm going to put pink in this one. These little rolls of bling I got at the Dollar Tree through the Christmas holidays, or just before the Christmas holidays. They were awesome. Just a roll for $1. You can't go wrong, right? All right, let me get rid of this paper. I'm going to put just a dot of glue. Sometimes I pull the little double-sided tape off the back of it in my trying to make it work, and put it down, which is sticking to my fingers, and get that in the middle. Push it over a little bit more, press it down, and now we have to choose a ribbon. You know what? I have some of this back here. I think I like that one. Let me cut this end for right now and cut a piece off and just put it through here. Oop, I have to be careful because that's still wet. I'm going to put it right through here. Actually, I went the wrong way. No, I didn't. That was the right way. All right, let's try that again. I'm going to fold it over a little bit more. Try to get it through here, and then I'll trim the ends one more time. So we do that, pull this through. I've got it a little folded over, not that it matters, it's just making it difficult for me to pull it through. And I'll pull it up just a little bit because I do want the, well, I did want the end of the paper clip to show a little bit, but it's not going to. And this is just a little too long for me, so what we do, snip it down, and these go in the box for the clusters. So that is that one. Let's put that over there. So now we have another one here. I don't know if these are in frame or not, but we have these 3 here. And then I thought this one, I had made this dangle already, and I like the green because her wings were green. Let me move that out of the way. And let me get, I think these holes are in a little bit further, so I'm going to make a big one and a smaller one. If I can get 2. There's so much glue on my fingers. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to get started on making the dangle for the second one. Let's put this in here. And actually, I think, let me close that first. Let me get the dangle on the bottom. There we go. And pull that back. Okay. Get that squeezed a little bit more. I do have a little bit of trouble with my hands, other than being chubby. I have some arthritis in my hands, so it doesn't, some of these finer things that I used to be able to do when I was younger, it doesn't come as easy to me anymore. So, okay, so we'll just put that back. Put that in just a little bit more, and then we've got that dangle on there. Now we'll take the other paper clip, I'm gonna put that over there. We're gonna cut this out, which is good and dry now. And let's tear this end. I've got plenty to work with on this one. I'd like to try to see. I'd like to try to see if I can keep that W on the outside. That would be kind of neat, but I don't know if I can. I don't know. All right, let's get a little ink all on this. Okay, get rid of my little brown spots. Put those over here. So before where's one I just did? I put the seam here at the back. I'm gonna see if I can try, not that it's gonna really matter, if I can, this is really much wider. I'm gonna see if I can try to put the W here at the front. So I'm gonna tear down here. This is gonna go underneath, so I'm not worried about it not being inked. I'm going to do the sleeve this way, and I'm going to put it on with the open part where before it was underneath. Now I've got it on top because I'm trying to save that W. So what I'm going to do is I'll put a little glue in here and glue that down, and then I'll put the glue on the outside here and glue that down, and that gives us the W, kind of neat, here where you can see it. So my job is to now not cover it. That's the deal. Now I did have another piece of, you saw me, didn't you? Did you see me cut one for this? Probably not. Okay. Let's try a different color. Let's see. I have all kinds of colors. What about, nope, wrong kind of green. This green? No. This green? I don't know that I want the green. I have this little, like, neat looking stuff. Oh, let's take some out of here. We'll do this one right here. It's kind of like green and brown and funky colors. I like that. Okay. So, I'm trying not to cover our W too much. I think that'll work. Okay, let's put our, let me close this because I won't need this anymore. And let me close the Oohoo glue because we won't need that, I don't believe. Oh, yes, we will, but that's okay. Let me get this stuff on. All right, hold this one and put it through here. And then let's close that. This is what I'm looking for. Right in front of my face. My mother would say if it was a snake, it would have bit me. Okay, and then we'll take the other little guy and open that. Put that on here. You know what? No, that was right. Put that on here. Come on. And put that on the bottom. Find my pliers again. These are neat little pliers. I'm sure anybody who has done, make any of these dangles or whatever, they're 3 tools in one. You have these rounded nose ones for curling the wire. you have this flat spot for flattening things out, and then this part in here are little wire cutters where you can cut those wires shorter if you need to. So that's really kind of neat. So, all right, see what I did? I did it backwards. Let's try that again. It's late. For me, it's late. Actually, by the time this goes up, it'll be really late, and I plan on being asleep by then, by the time it's actually being posted. So let me turn this around. And did I do this right this time? Where do I want it? I want it like this, I think. I do not. I want it like this. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's that. And I did it again. Did you see that? I'll tell you, it's been a long day, guys. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. But things are coming back around. All right. Now, let me turn this around so I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm trying to hold on to it all. And this is going to go this way. I hope this is right. It looks right until I let go of it. I'm not good with mirrors either. All right. Too many times playing with these jump rings too, and then they don't want to cooperate anymore. At least not for me. So, ta-da! I got it right that time. Okay. Let's get our... You know what? Let me put the... Do I want this on there too? What do you think? Do I want that? Let me see what other colors I have. Or maybe I want lace. Do I want lace? No, I don't want lace. That purple. What other colors do I have? What? Ooh, what about this? Okay, that's the one. We'll do that. Okay, let me get this off. A little Scotch tape. I'm going to put this on. I will probably take it off. Actually, I can probably cut it right where the folds are, and that will work. Let me put that over here. Then I can just snip off these little folded ends, and we'll be good. So let's do that. Put that through. Move it up. Put that through there. Yeah. Then I'll just snip off these ends. And into the scrap bucket it goes. Okay. Now, let's put on our cheesecloth. And like I said, I want to kind of try to stay away from that W as much as possible. So we'll put the cheesecloth on. There we go. Ooh, neat. I'm partial to W's because my son's name is Will. So let me just make this little flower. And I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm just grabbing this little thing. I don't know how much you can see of it off the camera or on the camera. Okay, and grab my glue. And there's a tiny little gnat flying around in here. 'Tis the season, I suppose. And we'll put the flower right there. And what color? What color? Let's do a green one. We'll do a green center on this one. I don't know if you're seeing what I'm doing here. I'm just cutting off one little bling from this tape, this roll of, I'm just trying to get the little strings off the end from this roll of bling that I have, my dollar store bling. I figured for $1, you know, I didn't think I'd really want to use the bling when other people did. Their stuff looked good, but for some reason for me, I just didn't know if I would or could really use it. And I started just using it just to taking myself a little out of my comfort zone. So I had collected some of these colors at the dollar store. I figured small investment, and if I didn't like it, well, you know, but for me, it has ended up actually having its place. So I'm kind of liking it. Actually, not on everything, but on some things. So there we go. So we now have 4 of these paper clips. And I actually have a third one someplace else. So that's what we've got with our paper clips so far. So that's how you do these. And yeah, so they look really pretty. And let's see, I have some templates here. So I'm just going to put one on. I'll put them all on. Why not? And we'll have a look-see at how they look. Whoops, hanging on something. I said my hands are not working well today. They are not working well. So some are a little longer than others, some a little shorter, depending on how long your beads are, depending on how big your little, oh look, they happen to go in size, your little embellishments are. So if I bring it up this, I'm trying to make it so that you can see it without, you know, getting too much glare. So let's bring it up a little closer, and you can see what we've done. Very pretty. Very pretty. Okay, they're on a card. I'm going to move them to the side. We'll move our paper over. Move these little flowers out of the way. And we'll move that over. And then I'll move these in here. Okay. Now what we're going to do, I've got a stray guy out here. Now what we're going to do, if I can find what I've done with it, is work on the snippet roll. We're just going to do one. Let me check my time, because that's about what kind of room I have left on here. Good. All right. The buttons are real easy. This is going to take just a second. So what I have here is a ridiculous amount of stuff in this bucket. Just all kinds of stuff in this bucket. So let's try something a little bit different than we had before. I have some of these kinds of things. So why don't we cut away some of this. All right, this kind of boho-y looking. And I like using the pinking shears. Let's see. Let's just kind of go with a piece. And I'm going to cut all of it this way with the pinking shears. Okay. All right. Put that there. We'll put this down as the base. Now I want to leave a little room. Let me kind of curl this one around so that we can work. I'll work sideways. I want to leave a little bit of room so that it can, like I said, it can be cut above and below. So what I'm going to do is glue this down. I've got it sort of on a diagonal, so I'm going to move this up a little bit so I'm sure that I'm more in camera. We'll get this one glued down right about there, like that. And then what else do I have? What do I have? This looks interesting. Okay. I think I'll make just a little. This is what's neat about snippets. It's snippets. And you can do whatever you want with it. I'm going to try the Oohoo on here because this is a very thin, not really silky, but almost silky. I guess it is kind of silky. I have no idea what I got that from. And that, for me, if I want to kind of do it like this, I can take it with my fingers and I can bunch it up if I just squeeze it, and you can just sort of scrunch it like that. I'm going to end up getting glue all over me, but okay. So we want to put a little bit of something else down. So a little bit of ribbon of some kind. Which one do I want on here? Yeah, I like that. And since, if you look right here, I don't know if you can see the color in here. This is what I'm looking at right now. Hold it up. Yeah. You can see this color right in here, this darker, rosier, pinky red. I'm going to use that ribbon again. And I'm going to do the same sort of thing. I'm just going to cut a bit. I'll cut some. Toss that back there. And I'm going to kind of go, whoa, we're going to go the other way across this. And we're just going to scrunch. Let me bring this way. So we will scrunch, 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 scrunch. We'll scrunch back. We'll do a little scrunching. Okay. Then I think what I really should do, what else do I want to put here? I'm going to put a bit of lace. What about, I don't like it this color. All right, let me find. All right, we're going to use this one. Put that over there. That looks good. Again, some more of the Oohoo glue. And we'll put this one going that way. Like that. Now, what I'm going to do I want... Okay, what other color do I have? What other color? I like this one. Let's do this one again. Okay. All right. No, I have that one going out that way. So we'll go this way with this one. This one's going to go in this way, I think, because I'm trying to go kind of back and forth. What I want to do is just glue this where I want it. But I want to leave the lip of it open, if that makes sense, so that I can tuck the embellishment underneath it. What I'm going to do with that is I'm going to actually hand stitch it down. I will use glue, but I'm going to hand stitch it as well. So what I'm going to do here, I'm trying to decide. I've got this stuff in here, so maybe I will use it. I don't know if I can find it in my bucket. I must have more in here somewhere. I have so much stuff. So much stuff. Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness. I do have the gold ribbon. I mean the gold. I can put some of that on. This is just that embroidery ribbon, and because it's on that roll, it curls just like that. So I'm just going to lay it across, because I'm gonna run away from you for a minute, and I'm gonna stitch this stuff down just real quick, and so that's gonna have to stay. I need let me get some more of that. I'll be right back. Maybe I want a darker one or a lighter one. What do I want? What colors do I have? This one I've been using the lighter one or the darker one. Let's use this one. Let's use this one. There's got to be an end here somewhere. Okay. All right, let's get this piece. Now I'm going to be covered with it. I'm wearing all black right now, so you know how well that's going over. Okay, let me just need one of this. Okay. All right, I will be right back. Again, I'm sorry I don't edit, and I will just stitch this down real quick, and I will be right back with you. As soon as I get this thing off of here. Okay. Start from up here. I'll be right there, I swear. Trying to get it under the presser foot. I don't know if you can hear me at all. Okay, there we go. Alrighty. Let's try to get this stuff out underneath there. And off we go. Alrighty. Okay. Alright. Okay. Of course, my scissors are over there. Let me grab my scissors and chop this off. And we will be good. Okay. So we're back with this. All I did was just a big messy mess, which is okay. Grab my chair again. And now I'm going to take my little needle and thread, and I don't know, I just took this out of my little pin cushion. My sister does needle felting, and she made me this cute little pin cushion, which is a porcupine, and you stick all the needles, or needles and pins go in his back like his little quills. He's supposed to be a porcupine. So that is my little pin cushion that I keep close by. So okay, we're gonna take this now, and I think I thought we were going this way. All right, and I did not leave that little gap. So this is what we're gonna do. Just a quick 3 or 4 stitches. If I can get them to go through the stuff here. I'm almost losing this. There we go. Okay, this is exciting, isn't it? Watching me hand stitch something. So just a few stitches. 1, it will obviously hold it down, and 2, it sort of adds to the whole thing. If you look closely, you'll be able to see that it is stitched down. I don't know how closely anybody's going to look, but nonetheless. So while I'm stitching, we'll catch up on a few things. Couple more weeks and we will be heading back to New Jersey for my husband's doctor's appointment, and hopefully that's going to say good things. They have him starting occupational therapy for his elbow, which he had that surgery 2 weeks before he had the neck surgery. So he's been pretty busy with surgeries lately. So anyway, they are allowing him to do that. So just simple exercises to regain the strength in his hand and his arm. And so that's good. He's kind of looking forward to that. And so we're hoping for good things come the beginning of May. All right, back into my porcupine. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get one of our little flowers, which we have one right here. Oh, you know what? Here we go. We're going to use this one. We'll put him right up in here. So let's get the art glitter glue. Move that over here. Art glitter glue. Put it on our little flower. This takes a minute for that to set because it is on this plastic. Let me put that one back over here. And I think I'm going to go wild with this one and use a red bling here. So this one I can actually cut with these because there's no glue on here. So that's good. So we'll snip this one off. This one doesn't happen to have any glue. Some of the rolls did. They were on like a double stick tape, and some of them were not. And this one happened to be not. So we'll drop that right into the center. Come on, you. Stay there. And let you dry. And then let's see, what else did okay, so since I didn't have bling, I had pearls in the other one. Why don't we do pearls across the bottom of this? We have these little guys. I don't know about you, I'm notorious for opening these things the wrong way. I usually cut it and then find that there's a flap on the other end. Like I couldn't figure that out before, but I can't, it seems. All right, so let's get this open. I know I have one that's open somewhere already, but I don't see where it is. So with this, I think I'm going to do something just a little different with this. And that is I'm going to put them along here. I'm going to put a little glue. I'm going to kind of blow on that and get that to dry a little bit so it's a little stickier. Okay, and then I'm going to use my knife and I'm going to go 3 sizes, I think, is what I'm going to do. Pick this up with my knife and put it down here. Get rid of some of that glue. It's a lot of glue. It will dry clear, but nonetheless. Okay, then the next size down. Okay. We'll put that right next to it. And I'll get my little wipey thing and the little baby wipe and take away some of this excess glue. Now let's see. Let's kind of try to see, it's already drying. Try to get that lined up a little bit. I may just leave it alone and try not to wipe off any of the extra, because I'm afraid if I do, it'll come right off of in the baby wipe. We don't want that. Okay, so let's put this away. Back in its little spot. And essentially, I think that was just about everything. I have a tassel, I have ribbon, I have the eyelash trim, I have the gold. I feel like there should be, let me have some of this. No, there's a better end to this. My. I can never find the ends of things. It's amazing. All right, here we go. I'm just going to put a little bit of this, I think. Where? Do I want it there? There. Let me trim this little guy off. I like it there. Yeah, I think, no, no. I'm going to do it up here. Otherwise, I'm going to cover all the green, which I don't want to do. This way I can kind of keep it on the embellished part. There we are. Oh, my glue is hissing at me. Okay, so that is all there is to doing snippets. It's just whatever you have, just kind of flop it all together. For me, I stitched a lot of it down. Well, I stitched most of it down. And then you just take little bits and pieces and put them on. Like I said, this will be cut above and below so that you can have this longer piece, or you can cut it closer depending on however you want to use it. So I'm going to put this to the side because we're running out of time. And yeah, I'm hoping we're still good. I got a message up there, and I'm hoping that it didn't block us out. So I'm going to move these over. So these were the buttons, like I said. These were the ones I did with the diamond glaze, and I did a couple of them somewhere. This one and another one someplace. This one with the Mod Podge. So I did some with 4 buttons, and they work better with the 4 holes rather in just a plain pattern paper as opposed to one of these with these pictures on them. Those, because when you stitch, you don't want to make like a big X across the middle of the thing. So I'm going to show you just with the big ones what I did. So I ink each one of these guys. I'm going to try to do it on camera so that it's not too boring. Each edge, I have 3 bits of cardstock. I think this may be leftover pieces from the file folder from the last project that I did. So I ink each one. And the reason why I ink them now is because when you stick them together with the glue, if the glue oozes out, when you try to ink over that, it doesn't really stick. The ink really doesn't take. So all you're going to do is throw some glue on the disc, put the next disc on, and what I do is I just sort of roll it in my fingers. Look at this. I've got glue sticking everywhere. I roll it in my fingers to make sure that they're all like neat together, and now you can see that you can hardly see that it's two pieces. And then I put the next one on. This is very easy. Very easy and quick. And what's neat about it is you can use coordinating papers. You can mass make and use them, and then just pull out whatever you think goes well with whatever. And it's really, really nice. So this one I'm not going to ink until I get it on. So we'll do that as I make a mess and get glue all over my hands, because I am trying to rush because we're coming up on an hour, and that's long. So get that in there like that. Okay, and then ink around the edges. Now on some of these I use different colors. There's my little brown bits again. I'm trying to find the ones I used. This one, the small one, I think I used the walnut stain on. It's a little bit different. These I used the vintage photo. Somewhere I used pink. I edged it with pink on this one, and one of them I edged with green. I can't remember which one it was. If I see it, I'll show it to you. But anyway, again, what I did, and for this, if you don't have a piece of foam like this, it's not really too much of a big deal. I'm trying to find one that doesn't have holes in it. You can get those foam trays that your meat comes in, and just do that. And I had an awl here, and it's really important that I find that one. Let me see, here it is. Okay. So you can do this by eye, and it might be easier from the back, but what you want to do is, if it's directional, you want to make sure that you put the holes where you want them. So if this is how I want it to sit, then I just pick a spot, push the awl through, pick another spot, and I know you're really not seeing this, push the awl through, and you, my dear, now have a button. If that makes sense to you at all. Can you see the buttonholes? The holes in the... There you go. You now have a button. So like I said, this is one that I did, well, we'll do the small one. This one had a pear on it. That's one that I did with the diamond glaze. And where is the one? Here's one I did. It's a small one too. This one, I'll turn it around. That I did with the Mod Podge. You can kind of see the brush strokes, but that's okay. Or you can just leave them plain like this and use them that way and stitch them wherever it is you want. So you can make buttons out of this as well. So that is all of that for tonight. We covered a lot of ground. I'm going to pull some of this stuff back so you're not looking at the plain brown mat that I work on. So anyway, that's what we've got for tonight. And like I said, next Wednesday probably we're going to be working on these little page tabs that you can glue onto the edges of your pages. I'm hoping to come up with one more thing that we can do with this. I'm not sure yet what we're going to do. But so we've got paper clips, we've got the snippet roll, and we have got buttons that we've made all out of Happiness and Crafting with Gi Kerr, her mini embellishments set number 1. So that's it for now, guys. Have a great evening. Be blessed, be safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye for now.